Hey, I hope you guys are doing well. Want to make a video here on Sorrento Therapeutics. This can be ticker symbol SRNE. Now, this thing had just an absolutely blistering day on Friday. We had over 400 million shares traded. We are up over 150%. And why was that the case? Well, if you don't know already, Sorrento Therapeutics came out with a study stating that they had created an antibody that would keep you from getting infected by COVID-19. Now, it's still in the preliminary stages, but obviously this is good news for the company. It led to this surge in the price. Now, before we dive into this shorter term time frame, I want to look at what does SRNE do typically after one of these really big surges. So I'm going to step it back here 3 years. This is going to be a weekly time frame. And you can see that every time that we have a bit of a surge in the stock price, we tend to sell down, as you know, for the most part. Obviously, late here in 2017, we had a multi-week run all the way from down here around $2.30 a share all the way up to about $9.25 with a high just above $10 a share. But for the most part, when we see these big surges over inflation, I think, in the stock price, we tend to see following that run that we slowly move all the way back down, and we tend to move all the way down to about $1.75. We consolidate there until the next big bit of news is released, sending the stock price all the way back up before we see another slow decline all the way back down to $1.75. And this has really just kind of been the trend over the past 3 years. With a ceiling about $10 a share, and then again that floor right in $1.75. We can take this out all the way out to about 20 years, and this is again still the weekly chart. And you can see we have a pretty strong resistance up here around $10 a share. So I think if we were to break through that and consistently hold above it, we might be dealing with a situation that we saw back here in 2015 where we broke above it, we found support back on $10 a share, and then we rallied all the way up here to about $24. Now, I'm not saying that this thing is going to run to $24. I'm just saying it is possible if we break through 10 and then more buyers step in from there. We could really start to see this thing run more than what we saw even today, potentially, right? But to me, in the long term, we really seem to struggle following these big pops. Usually it's an overinflation of the price. People are just wanting to step in real quick, gain a percent here, percent there, and then, hit the road. And then as bag holders get stuck in the stock, that's what leads to this slow decline. People are just clinging to it thinking, oh, it's got to come up, it's got to come up, it's got to come up. And it really doesn't until we finally reach levels here around $1.75. And that's really just over the past 3 to 4 years. That's what we've been seeing. Now, I want to go ahead and look at these shorter term time frames as well. I'm going to start with the 6 month. There really isn't much to see here, but this is the 6 month, 4 hour time frame. So past 6 months worth of trading. Each candlestick represents 4 hours worth of trading. And really there is not a whole lot of trading above $5 a share. Really, our next support here on this longer term time frame is going to be at around $4.50, and that is based off of late 2019. We saw that being a top, and then even in early 2020, right around $4.50 was a bit of a ceiling. And up until now, we haven't traded above that price point besides this little blip that we saw right above it for just a couple of days. So now let's dive in a little bit closer. I'm going to go to the 5-day, 5-minute. Obviously, we're only going to focus here on Friday, and we're going to look and see, okay, where are the support levels if this thing does turn south come Monday? Well, the first one that I can see here was going to be right around $6.35. Boom, let's slide that in there. You can see we had a couple wicks around lunchtime that dipped down there, and buyers stepped in. And then right here around 1 p.m., we had a breakthrough $6.35, and then we are quickly run all the way back up to about $7.50. And then even late in the day, as we were selling back down, you can see that we had buyers that stepped in and held the price above $6.35. So that is ideally the support that I want to see hold. Now, if we break down through there, that's kind of worrisome because it's about a 15 to 16% drop back down. until we make it to about $5.30, which is going to be roughly our next support. To me, I'm looking more towards the $5 price point, but you can see that we had a bit of trading up here around $5.30, so we can call it anywhere from $5 to $5.30 as being a support. After that, again, I would be looking closer towards about $4.50 as being a support. So again, if we break down through 630, I'm looking closer down here towards $5 to $5.30, and then from there, it's really just looking like $4.50 as being a support. So that's to the downside. To the upside, if this thing starts to gain some more momentum come Monday, here, based off of Friday's trading, we have a resistance right in here around $7.50. Again, right around lunchtime, we are seeing, that price break down below $7.50, and then it acted as a ceiling one time, two times, three times, and then we sold back down, but we didn't break through 630. So if we break above $7.50, the next level that I would be looking at would be right around the $8.30 price point. I really consider this to be more of a blow-off top here, that $9 price point. I don't really want to consider that to be much of a resistance, but if we look in here, we can see that roughly $8.30 is going to be that resistance. So I'll make just a little line right in there just to keep myself, in the know of what my resistance level was. So if we switch it over to the 1 minute time frame, again, these are still going to hold true, these support and resistance levels, and you can kind of see them from that time frame as well. So here's our 450 support or 440 support. Here's our support right in here around $5.30. And again, I want to consider that to be mainly from $5 up to $5.30, more of a zone of support. Here is our $6 and roughly 35-cent support right in here. And you can see we also had a bit of trading right in here. So you could also call $6 as being a support. And usually when you're working with these penny stocks, $6 is, or the dollar increments and 50-cent increments are going to act as support and resistance. So maybe keep that in mind as well. And then to the upside from where we currently sit, $7.50 is going to be a resistance. There's really no doubt about it. And then maybe up here closer towards $8.30 is going to act as a resistance. And again, when we look here from that 20-year weekly chart, it is hard for this thing to hold above $10 a share. So as we get close, I'm sure that there are going to be sellers. That was obviously the case here on Friday. I think this thing was overinflated, and people were like, oh my goodness, and they were just taking their money out. So we hit $9 a share, and it pulled back down. But if this thing continues to rally on Monday, look to see $10 as being another big resistance. So I hope you guys found this video helpful, just giving some insight from another trader in the levels that I would see as being support and resistance. As always, make sure you come up with your own plan based off of the risk that you like to take on. If you like this video, please leave a like or leave a comment on another stock that you would like me to analyze, or how I can make these videos better for you guys. So with that, I'll see you guys in the next one.